Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? How am I doing? I feel amazing. It's a great day. Sorry for my disheveled look. But anyway, this is an XJW video. You know what to do when you see an XJW video. You hit the like button anytime you see one. Because it helps the YouTube algorithm. Show it to as many people as possible. Also leave a comment. And if you're new here, subscribe. You have very nice farts. They don't even stink. Actually, they do stink. And the only reason I'm saying they don't stink is because I want you to subscribe to my channel. But yeah, it's the worst smell I've ever smelled. Anyway, today I want to talk to you guys about growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. Because a lot of people, you don't get it. You know, like a lot of people who were never inside the organization, you don't get it unless you actually hear what it was like to be raised as a Jehovah's Witness, right? So, okay, you just chilling, right? Next thing you know, boom, you're born. Here you are, little baby, just a little innocent baby, and they're already playing kingdom melodies in your little eardrums. You know, you're already getting indoctrinated with your eardrums. But anyway, a little bit further in life, you can't have any friends who aren't Jehovah's Witnesses. That's a biggie. You cannot have any association with anybody who's the Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes, who's the Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes, you can't have another little kid friend, because if you have a little kid friend and he's not a Jehovah's Witness, he's considered a danger to you. That's right. Anybody who's not a Jehovah's Witness, even if they're just a little bitty child just like yourself, you can't be friends with them because they're evil and they want to destroy you. Now, admittedly, most kids are evil. But it's not because they're actually evil. They just haven't learned to not say the first thing that comes to their mind. You know? Like, that's a learned skill that comes eventually. Because right now, as a little bitty kid, they're just like, oh my God, what happened to your face? You are ugly. You're like, hold on, little kid. You can't just be calling people ugly. You got to use some type of discretion when you're talking to people. And the kid is like, oh, well, I'm sorry. I haven't learned that yet. So, wow. Whoa, you're ugly too. That's kids. They say the first thing to come to their mind. But they're not evil. They're just uneducated. Anyway, moving on. So, okay, now you can't have any friends that are children. You go a little bit old. I mean, any friends who are, you know, not Jehovah's Witnesses. So you grow up a little bit more. Next thing you know, you're going to kingdom halls and you approach that age where they want you to get baptized. So that age is like 11. 9, 10, 11, somewhere around there. They're like, we want to usually kind of get the kid in before he hits puberty, because if by any chance he or she hits puberty and they're not baptized yet, they may get a taste of that fruit and say, hold on, you're telling me I can't do this without getting in trouble? I might have to hold off on that baptism then. I'm sorry. I want to slap a couple of cheeks for a couple of years at least. And then maybe after that, I'll consider it again. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I may want to continue to slap a cheek or two without any repercussions. You know, it's kind of meany. But anyway, they try to get them nice and young. Now, why is that? Because, once again, teenage years, you want to try to get them disfellowshipped at least once, or have a friend or family member of theirs disfellowship. You need to do that because it all goes hand in hand with the brainwashing. If you can get them or a really close relative or somebody close to them around that age disfellowshipped, it locks them into the religion. If they get disfellowshipped themselves, they'll go through this emotional pain and just to be cut off from everybody you've ever known and was ever able to associate with. Because remember, you couldn't hang out with people that wasn't Jehovah's Witnesses, and everybody who you could hang out with are now easily able to cut you off at the drop of a dime, right? So you're in this little conundrum of feeling like, wow, I'm completely alone. I've angered Jehovah and all this other horrible stuff. I cannot have this happen again. I need to lock in and really be a good member of the organization. I really need to serve Jehovah better. Now, this is the thing. Another thing that happens when you're young, when you're really young, you're taught that Jehovah is the greatest. Jehovah loves you. Jehovah is the best thing that has ever happened to you, that will ever happen to you. But this is the thing. the part they don't tell you is that Jehovah and the organization are the same thing. You know? There's Jehovah, and then there's the organization, which should be two separate things, but no, they're one. Because the reason that is because pretty much whatever Jehovah says to do, you're to do it. You're not to question it. You're to be just, and not only are you supposed to do it, you're supposed to be enthusiastic about it too. You should be happy. It's very happy. You should see them at the assembly. They'll release yet another book, a magazine talking about, look, we found something new in the Bible that we didn't know before. And here's a new book talking about it. And they release this book and everybody's like, yes, we've been waiting for this. Even though we're not waiting for it, we're glad you gave it to us. Here's the thing. Oh my God. Nobody's excited about them damn books. Nobody cares really about the books. Nobody's really up in there like, oh, is that the new book? Oh, you got that new Greatest Man's book? Oh, man. Nobody. Who's excited about receiving a book like that, Nobody. But inside the organization, when they bring out new literature, everybody stands, oh, yes, we got new literature. Yes, we got new stuff to push out and sell to people. Well, not sell, but ask for donations. Because we don't sell, we just, ask for donations. Anyway, it's the stupidest thing in the world. But my point is this, right? Inside of an organization where they demand that you do as you're told, and they demand that you cannot, have any association with anybody who's not a Jehovah's Witness, it's very hard to live a life that makes you happy. Very hard. So now that you've become a teenager, right? Now that you've, or let's spice in the pot a little bit. Spice in the pot. Let's say you're a baptized witness now, right? You get baptized and you survive the disfellowshipping, or the person who got disfellowship, you learn to fear it. Now you're scared of it, right? You're going to do any and everything to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, this is what else you need to know. Once you're born into the organization, you're doing something, you're sacrificing all the time. The moment you are a Jehovah's Witness, born into the religion, even before you get baptized, you're already making sacrifices for the organization, to be in the organization. You know what I'm saying? And at first it's not, it's not nothing too big. It's just time usually, and friendships, and certain individuals who you kind of like, but you didn't want to anger Jehovah, so you didn't hang out with them too much. You know what I mean? So it starts off kind of like that, little, insignificant really. But the longer you do it, the longer you're in, the more you sacrifice. And those sacrifices start to add up, especially once you're no longer a kid. When you're an adult and you can start making decisions on your own, oh man. When you start sacrificing job opportunities and college and just opportunities to, make a better living for yourself and your family and generations later, that's when things start to really get sticky. And let's not mention the fact that, there's people inside the organization who will not survive, like not getting a blood transfusion, or people who move to serve where the need is greater, and they just do things that hurt them. It doesn't help them. It helps the organization, but it doesn't help them. When you do things like that and you start, after a long period of time of like making all these sacrifices and stuff for this organization, after a while, the organization can't be wrong. You refuse to even believe or listen to any logical reason that it's wrong, because you've invested so much time in it. I believe it's called the sunken cost fallacy. I believe so. I've been told that's what it is. I just say you sacrifice so much to the point you just can't be wrong. I've invested too much time, too many years, relationships, friendships, just my future in general, I've dedicated toward the organization. And after doing that for so long, so many years, so much stuff, it just can't be wrong. That's what the Jehovah Witnesses that you know that come to your door, that's knocking on your door trying to talk to you, that's what they have. And that's why they don't listen. That's why they really, like, they do everything that they can to make sure that they confirm what they believe, even though you can't confirm it because it's not true. And not only is it not true, it's pretty easy to prove it's not true. But the first thing that they punish, literally the worst thing you could do in that organization, is become an apostate. Speak negatively of the Holy Spirit, which is the governing body. So the worst thing you can do in the world, according to the Jehovah Witnesses, the unforgivable sin, is to say negative things about the Jehovah Witnesses. That technically should be all you need to know. That's the biggest red flag I've ever seen in my life. It is. It's the biggest red flag I've ever seen in my life, bar none. It's like the Russian flag on dope. I think the Russian flag is red. Like, yeah, it's red with like the little hammer and knife thing on it. I don't remember. But the point is this. The point is simply, no good organization should have a rule to whereas giving information or receiving information that's negative about the organization is one of the worst things in the world you could possibly do. That should tell you everything you need to know. And that's what the Jehovah Witnesses are moving around with every single day. It's crazy. They don't make any sense, but it is what it is. You know, it's got a meaning. Well, anyway, I'm having a pretty good day. I hope y'all having a great day. And by the way, we're getting close to the deadline for the people to file for any, if anything happened to you inside the organization and you would like to file a lawsuit, reach out to the Vulcan in New York. Man, I'm messing it up. If y'all in the comments, can y'all leave a comment? If y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Vulcan in New York. They're running out of time. If you're going to make a case, you're going to file a case, file it and file it quickly. Anyway, it's your boy, Jay Comedian. I hope y'all having a great day. I'm having a great day. Holla at your guala. Deuces.